start my day at 4:30 is when I wake up, and I put around the house until I open my eyes and can see clearly. Then I make my way down to the gym. It's about a 35-minute drive. I usually don't listen to any music. I just enjoy the ride because there's never anybody on the road. When I reach the gym, it's about 6 o'clock, a little bit before. I open up the doors, turn on the lights, crank up the tunes, and get ready for the day.
I don't know what to say. I can't think. 585. Woo!
Margate Barbell's for everybody, anybody and everybody. I mean, you've got everybody from experienced powerlifters that have state records and national records to people that have never actually even lifted before. It's a welcoming community. It literally is for everybody. It does not matter what your background is, you know, who your partner is. It doesn't matter like what interests you have. Everybody can come together under, you know, the banner of just strength and power and just the iron.
This gym is for the weird people, for the people that just don't fit in life, and they just wanna they wanna find their people. So there's all types of people here at Margate.
You might be looking for a community. You might be someone who might, you know, when in different spaces, it's hard for you to like maybe make friends, or you know, you find it hard to interact with people. Everyone's very friendly. Like if you're new and you walk through the door, everyone's gonna greet you like, oh hey, how you doing? Like what's your name? Like oh, like what's your background? Like people are very inviting here.
Anybody that wants to get stronger, anybody that wants to just start any type of fitness journey, this gym is for you, for them. I think I have seen so many different people in so many different areas of their life and their fitness journey. Someone who just started being a beginner to just, you know, getting the basic, either cardio or just starting with the dumbbell, to people who are literally professional, like elite lifters where they're competing professionally. So this gym is literally for everybody.
This gym is for freaks, man. Not just strength freaks or people that when we see them, they're doing crazy things and we're like, oh, you're a fucking freak. I mean actual freaks, people who are kind of like on the outside of normalcy in our society, people who don't really fit into like one box or another.
And the first time I came here, I was talking to Ryan, and like, at first I'm a really awkward, like quiet person. So I was like just kind of like talking to Ryan, feeling out the place, and then around the corner from like the third bay, you guys walked around. And we didn't really have a conversation. Ryan was just like, oh, they're teachers. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But we didn't have a conversation, but I really liked how, like, you were, like, intimidatingly strong.
Brendan.
Yes, Brendan. Brendan was intimidatingly strong. And then Stef was, like, made me feel more comfortable. I was like, cool, I don't have to look like Brendan to show up here.
Who's this gym for? This gym is for anybody who wants to get strong. And once you learn about getting strong, you realize that's you. I know that as a strength training coach who's been at this gym and seen people, not only in person, but you know, on the internet, getting strong, and how that changes their life. How eliminating weakness can't be a bad thing. How periodized strength training can't be a bad thing. Even injuries, we're either avoiding them or we're making the most out of them, and that can never be a bad thing. Whereas the default tools that we're given in life don't equip us to deal with injuries, don't equip us to age with grace and auto-regulate, and you know, the body doesn't come, it's not like a car where it comes with a manual. So I would consider a gym like this to be like giving people the manual, teaching people how to train their way out of pain or train their way into having a new ability or a new skill set.
This gym is for the community, for the people, not to sound like corny, but I mean, it's well, not really for me. I mean, because if I didn't have this, I'd still be lifting somewhere. So I definitely think it's more so for the members and the people in the community than it is for myself. Because I'm not getting rich.
Athletes. It's an extremely inclusive gym, especially for LGBT. This is very much, the gym owner is very much an ally for everybody's rights and human rights. So it's all ages, all genders. It's open to everybody.
It's for Debo.
For Debo.
The gym is absolutely for Debo.
If you're here to teach, you're gonna end up learning. If you're here to learn, you're gonna end up teaching. It's a place for people that wanna be authentic in their work.
This gym is for people that are serious about getting better and want to have fun doing it. I think in general, everybody here has the same mission to be a better person when they leave than when they came in. But they also are just wanting to, you know, have fun with like-minded people that are in that same mission, coming from all types of different backgrounds without having to be judged for who you are, where you came from.
You've got to kind of be social to come to this gym. Even if you're more of an antisocial person, you come into this gym and people are gonna, you know, chat you up, give you free coaching advice, get you involved in a weird heavy lift. If you're doing some stupid like Zercher squat, it's like, hey, we're maxing out Zercher squats. You random person want to come in and give it a shot, and they're like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. So it's for weirdos who want to hang out with their friends and lift weird stuff.
I used to work with some high school friends of mine, and we used to do auto transport actually on the other side of this wall. And I got them into lifting, and so much so that we would go on our lunch breaks, and we just started becoming very unproductive at work because we'd spend like 2.5 hours at the gym, and then it would just lead to shitty days and like no productivity. So this space that we're in right here actually became available, and at first we were just gonna open the gym so that we didn't have to drive to LA Fitness, and we were just gonna throw enough equipment in here to like have the business, and like the business had like a gym. But I kind of took off with it in the sense that I could make it like an actual like business. So I started with like three partners. It was me, my friend Mark Zakowski, and Mike Thompson, and both of them eventually dropped out of it because it wasn't making any money like in the beginning, and you know the business was just starting, so they didn't really have the energy or didn't want to put any money into it. And so I left the auto transport and just went full time in the gym, started training people, and I mean it is what it is now.
We're driving here, we pull up, and we get in there, we're buying a sandwich. On the way here, or while we're pulling in, we see that there's Margate Barbell, right? And I'm like, oh, it's a gym, and he's like, we should check it out. And I remember telling him, it's a gym in a shopping center. It's probably a piece of shit. I don't even want to deal with this, but sure. We get the sandwich, and when we're in there, we see this fucking huge guy with a polo shirt that's like USPA, and he's in there. I think he's just getting a cup for soda or something. He's not even eating anything, which is odd because
he eats all the time. But so we talked to him. He's like, yeah, I opened this gym next door. I'm gonna be opening this gym next door. He wasn't open yet. And we get our sandwich, we eat our sandwich, and then me and Lionel, who's the guy that I was with, we like, fuck it, let's go look at it. And we come next door, we check the place out. It was just, you know, the one bay. It wasn't very big, but we hit it off immediately with Ryan. We talked to him, and he obviously knew what he was talking about. The gym had like a nice little atmosphere. It was just us in there at the time, and that's it. That's how I found it. Just came to get a sandwich, found the gym.
I'd probably say about a year and a half, it started to really like pick up some steam. But from day one, it was very easy to manage because the rent was only $900. So it was very, very easy to manage. A few personal training clients covered that, so I didn't have any issues. And then I was always working security, so that kind of like fueled everything too.
Finding Ryan was cool because then I was able to like have intellectual conversations about lifting with him while also remaining an absolute meathead. So it was kind of cool. Threading the needle there of let's think just enough to do a little bit better, but then let's go not follow our plans anyway and try to max out every day.
Sounds like Ryan.
Yeah, it's like,
100% like
yeah, like, we have this beautiful plan that we will not follow, but we have it just in case.
The passion for training people in the beginning wasn't like huge. Like I didn't think like, oh, I could make a career out of this or anything like that. I just enjoyed like getting my friends to get into like lifting, and everybody's just getting strong. And then it went from getting my friends strong to then getting everybody that I came across strong, and just kind of like spreading the word. I think I was like way more passionate about like lifting and how much it like helps in the very beginning. So I just wanted to like spread that to like everybody in the world. And then eventually like opening up the gym, since powerlifting was like my big thing, I tried to like kind of push powerlifting, but powerlifting didn't have as many people in it at the time, so it wasn't very profitable. So then I had to open it up to just like anybody that came in, and people would come in like, oh, I want to lose weight, or I want to tone up, or I want to do this, and in my head I'd just be like, that's cool, you're powerlifting. So everybody that comes through here is on some sort of strength progressive overload type of program. But eventually, I mean, you do it long enough and you do it correctly, you'll hit whatever goals that you have, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, get stronger, or whatever the case may be. So.
I was a little weary at first and very scared because, as you know, owning your own business is not easy. But here we are, almost 10 years later.
I was just a sad boy, and I was like, the gym will make me feel better, so I would just go to the gym more. 24-hour fitness is great because, you know, in the middle of the night when you feel like shit, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go work out, and I would do that. So.
I'm just going around to different gyms, and I would do like calisthenics at home and stuff like that, but other than that, I didn't really have a gym with the proper structure for strength sports.
So before Margate, I was going to some commercial gym like Crunch or LA Fitness, or just even running outside. It was just, my main goal was to just, you know, keep lifting, but not really heavy, just lifting and just being active and just, you know, nothing as much. But
Most when I got into fitness, it was always bodybuilding, especially out of high school. Out of high school, I was just strictly doing bodybuilding. And then, you know, a few years later, I was like, bodybuilding isn't for me. I have to find something new. I always loved fitness, and then that's when I found powerlifting.
And so I have a lot of baggage when it comes to fitness because I was constantly put on diets and like exercise regimens as a kid. And so I did that until I was like in my mid-20s, pretty much just constant yo-yo dieting, going on and off exercise, never really focusing on strength or strength training at all. It was all cardio work, boot camps that I could never really do at my skill level, just different things that felt impossible, and different things that I just didn't like. at all. You know, walking on a treadmill is super fucking boring.
I did equip lifting from 2014 up until 2017. I actually went to nationals, collegiate nationals, and then after I ended university in 2017 or 2016, I don't remember, I just stayed with USAPL in Texas, and then I moved here. I just went to commercial gyms, but I was craving a community, so I was just looking for that community that I had in Texas to have it here in Florida, and I found it here in Margate.
Training in my backyard, training a lot of found equipment, which is where the name junkyard comes from. Like my first circus dumbbell was just 2 Freon tanks welded together with a bunch of lead weights inside that jangled all over the place, and it's real humbling but real easy when you get to a real circus dumbbell.
Yeah, so before Margate, I just finished my career in collegiate swimming. I graduated, finished my swimming career, and kind of pivoted from a team atmosphere to an individual atmosphere, and I really struggled right off the bat with trying to understand my goals, how to set my goals and how to kind of reach them. And I really wanted to get stronger in the gym. I really enjoyed the gym atmosphere, and I really enjoyed the squat, bench, and the deadlift.
Nobody had ever told me really about strength training or like preached the benefits or how much fun you could have doing it. So right before Margate, in like the few years before Margate, I was basically doing nothing for strength and fitness. I would have not had the capacity in that moment to even like consider it. I was still dealing with like the emotional baggage of my life, but yeah, I wasn't doing much then.
I did CrossFit for 3 years, and I didn't like I had plateaued for a while because I got really strong really quickly, but then with all the cardio and like the way the workouts were programmed, I didn't get stronger. So I decided to focus on the weightlifting aspect, and I found Margate Barbell on Instagram.
Training, it's part of what I've always done since I was in high school, when I started lifting weights for wrestling, and generally just a way to exert energy because I have a ton of anxiety and a ton of anxious energy. So I was doing everything. Not a clear direction. I understood progression. I understood how to program myself to an extent, but it was never with any specific goal in mind.
Next to nothing. Actual strength training, it was next to nothing. Like I mentioned, I was a 4th degree black belt. I still am a 4th degree black belt. And we do some strength training at martial arts class, but it's mostly body weight stuff, push-ups, body weight squats, and then the sparring and the drills that go with it. But for actual strength training, I had almost nothing.
I was a trainer at Planet Fitness around the time I first came to Margate Barbell. So I would train people and work out primarily at commercial gyms, UFit and Planet Fitness. So it was like that commercial gym thing where it's like you just kind of like, you know, get to know everybody in a commercial gym as a trainer, and then it got annoying because I would work out at the gym I trained people at. So I'm trying to get in my bag and work out, and then my clients and people that I train are coming up to me, and so I was looking for a place where I could get real lifting done and not be around a bunch of people that I trained or like the commercial gym population that was just kind of like, you know, my workspace. And once I found Margate Barbell, it was like, this is it. I'm around people that, you know, get the vibe. Like, we're serious about lifting. We don't get in the way of that, and we also know how to, like, you know, kick the shit and vibe.
I grew up with the type of fitness where you just want to become smaller, you want to become skinnier, and you want to disappear. Maybe that's not how everybody sees it, but I see strength training as like, I'm here, I'm strong, I'm loud, you can't kill me type of a vibe. Like, you can't hurt me because I'm strong. Whereas if I'm doing a bunch of cardio and losing a bunch of weight, like, what, I can run, I could shrink. That's just not how I want it to live.
Margate's evolved quite a bit. It started out as just one single unit. It's grown into 3 units at one point, and the family has has grown exponentially. We've had some really great people come into our lives and help us build the gym for what it is today.
It's a very eclectic group of people. Kind of have like an inside thing, like the Margate Misfits. I think it just like fits really true because we have so many people from different backgrounds and just different walks of life. It's just a melting pot, I guess, of a bunch of different people, ultimately in the pursuit of some sort of strength, either mentally, physically, or a combination of both.
Ryan's the fucking best. Like, the man's literally my brother. Would be here 10, 12, 13 hours, go home, come back. He loved this place, and I guess that love soaked into the building, and people would come in and just soak it up from the building or into the weights. I don't know. He is the center point where that community revolves around.
My first introduction to Margate was a stretching class on how to open your hips. And Ryan took that class with us, and he is the most real person on the planet because he was just hysterical because his hips are probably tighter than mine. And as we were taking the stretching class and he's struggling and I'm struggling and we're joking, and then he's like, oh, I see what's happening to you, try this instead. He is extremely relatable to all of his clients and probably the nicest person on the planet.
Say it with your chest.
When I'm not harassing Ryan, I'm just at awe at the community he has built. I know one of the real reasons I joined Margate was that when he did welcome me in and I didn't finally meet him, his vibe and energy was just so welcoming and so like helpful. He was just ready to show me the gym, ready to ask me what my fitness goal is. And there's been moments, he's not my coach, Maria is, but there has been moments where when he sees me lift, he'll come in and he'll say, Shyla, like, I know you're doing this, but try this, to work on this. And free knowledge, like every single time I'm at the gym, he's ready to help. And he's not just like helping me, I've seen him help pretty much everybody at the gym.
God, Ryan is the best kind of leader because he's a leader who doesn't like really recognize that he's a leader. He doesn't say, I am the boss, or like, I am in charge. He leads by example, and everybody follows. We all follow. We're all just like, yeah, I want to be like that guy. He's just such a kind, compassionate, which I think is the most important thing, empathetic, caring human being. He will do whatever it takes to make you believe that you can do whatever you want to do. He will take time out of his busy schedule to have a 5-minute conversation with you about why you think you can't do something. And he'll, at the end of that 5 minutes, he'll convince you that you can do it. And more to the point, he'll convince you you can do even more than what you thought you couldn't do in the first place.
And my form, it's ass, you know that.
You just have to be confident. Form is okay.
He just came in, sat down, talked to me for like 20 minutes about just everything. He's just so open and genuine, always down for a listening ear, recommends things when you ask, but doesn't push his advice onto you. A lot of times I found like gym owners and trainers, they're very kind of aggressive with how they want to install their philosophy into you, but Ryan is very laid back.
So Ryan is probably one of the best people that I know. I had a friend, she came here once because I convinced her to check the gym out. And to this day, she tells people Ryan's a miracle worker because she had issues with her hips forever. He gave her like one stretch to do and now she doesn't have any problems. But like personally for me, whenever I'm having a bad day or like after throwdown, I cried the whole next day. And once I told Ryan that, he sent me like a long paragraph, kind of like talking sense into me. And whenever I have a bad lift, like today, he's like, don't beat yourself up. Without him, I probably would have quit a while ago.
This gym to me is an extension of like Ryan's personality. The hours Ryan puts in is a token of not only his generosity and his just natural born desire to be helpful and to do it in such a non-judgmental way that it kind of, maybe it accidentally created what I consider the perfect gym, because Ryan is, to me, he's just an upstanding person and he's trying his best. Ryan's mentorship is incredibly important to me. I'm not sure if I consider him like a brother or like a father. And I do mean that because Ryan's a great guy. Wow, the urge to cry does come a little bit when you talk.
Ryan is always giving the helping hand to ensure that you get the best results that you want, you're getting the best advice that you can, and he always making sure like you're at the top form that you can be. He ensures a safe space for everyone. Anyone that needs help, he helps them, whether he known you for 10 years, he known you for 10 minutes.
He's the symbol of Margate Barbell. It's not like he wants to be the star. It's just that when you think about what Margate Barbell is, when you think about what the community is, Ryan is the face of that community because he represents all of what is good about this community. When I mention non-judgmental, only committed to you being the best that you can be, but also feeling like you can do more. When I am doing a stupid lift and Ryan's there, and I'm like, I'm gonna just try this out, we'll see what happens, Ryan is probably gonna try it too because he loves it. He loves this shit. He loves it just as much as I do. One of the nicest people in the world, and nice can be misconstrued as a lot of things. Nice can be, he's a pushover, but he's not. He just knows exactly how he wants to live his life, and he lives that every single day.
Ryan is a mentor. He's like the father of the family I was speaking about. He really just pushes all of us to where he sees our potential. And he's one of the most genuine people you're gonna meet, because when he meets you, he doesn't like push you at first. He kind of just like meets you where you are. And then once he knows where you are, he's gonna push you to be better. In such like a fatherly way, because it's loving the way his approach. And he doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, but he also pushes you out of your comfort zone.
Ryan's a giver. I could try to, use a bunch of $10 words, but that's really about it. Ryan is a giver. You're gonna come in and he's gonna give everything in his power towards your goal and towards your journey. And he's always trying to help. I've never heard Ryan ask for help. He's always asking how he can help.
Ryan will just walk by and they'll be like, hey, listen, you're not spreading the floor. I remember he said that one time, almost right before the meet, the first meet that I ever had. And when he said it, I was like, okay, started practicing what he taught me, immediately got gains. So he's a teacher, but he's also one of the coolest, most down-to-earth people you could ever meet in your life. I love Ryan. I could go on and on. Yeah.
Mr. Ryan Taylor, what is there to say about him? I mean, there's nothing but good. There's nothing but good. I remember the first time I came to this gym when it was just one bay. It was very small, it was very private, and I remember those days, And Ryan actually, let me come here for free at some point. I mean, he helped me out. I was broke, I had no money, and he, brought me here into this community.
He's our glue. Ryan, genuinely, he's our glue. He just has this energy and charisma that makes all of us gravitate towards him. I feel like our gym, we don't have all the machines, all the weights. We are loyal to him, not to the gym. We're loyal to Ryan. Whenever I met him, he's so genuine. Anyone can come into this gym and Ryan's gonna receive you with a smile. Ryan's gonna be like, hey, how are you? He makes sure that every person that comes through this store, he's gonna go and he's gonna fist bump you, that he's gonna ask you how are you? He cares about his members, and even if they're not members, he's always gonna care and he's always gonna help you.
Ryan's openness and his willing to just understand anybody and everybody, I think is definitely a driving force of why the Margate Barbell community is such an open place and everybody can truly feel welcome. Ryan has definitely really truly opened up an open community, and when I came into Margate Barbell, I don't know that I was in the worst place, but I don't know that I was in the best place. In 2020, I had lost my mom, so I was still trying to figure out and search, what the hell am I doing? I had come down, I was only down here for maybe, I think, 6-7 months. from Jacksonville before I even started at Margate. And I was kind of just, using the gym as a leverage point to just kind of stay positive and stay ahead of the curve of whatever I thought my curve was going to be, with trying to handle that kind of loss at 32, 31 years old. And Ryan, I kind of was open with Ryan pretty early on about just kind of my background and what I was doing, and we instantly kind of had like a pretty cool bond and a pretty good connection where I felt like very comfortable with Ryan handling just being not only a coach but a friend. And that's definitely something that Ryan fosters to almost anybody.
Ryan has changed a lot. He has learned a lot of patience. He has always had that kindness about him, but it's really brought out a different side of him. I think it's humbled him and grounded him in ways that we didn't realize were even possible.
I don't think I really encountered, how do I say this? Like the everyday business stuff that I don't have a business background or anything. I didn't even finish college. But the biggest challenge, I don't know, because truthfully, I don't think I've had a challenge that I would say was I was unable to complete. Not in a cocky way, but just like fueled with passion and then drive. It just kind of takes care of itself. I mean, there's definitely been challenges, but the challenges are really pertain to life more than the gym. Because this shit is easy. You show up and it'll do itself. But the person, I guess, that I've had to become over the years, and the person I'm trying to still become, I think that's the biggest challenge. So I think the challenge is more personal than it is business. But like I said, I don't have any business background, so I kind of just wing everything, because at the end of the day, I'm just a fucking meathead that likes to lift weights and pay my bills occasionally. It feels like everybody's my best friend. I feel connected to most everybody. I mean, PRs and all that shit, whatever, but it's the people that you get to hang out with every day. Because every day I get to fucking hang out with Stef for at least 2 hours. Vinny, when he's around, whatever, hanging out with him. It's I get to come to work and hang out with my friends and sit on my ass and hang out with my kid and my dog. I don't know, I can't complain about shit. There you go. There you go, big steps. Watching the progress, watching people go from I can't do that to, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I think that's my favorite part of training. So just watching people go from uncertainty to being very confident is probably my most favorite thing. Press the box a little bit softer. Down, down, down. Good. Up. 6. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's the best job.
What makes you want to keep doing it?
There's nothing else I would do.
The gayest little gym in Florida, actually, yeah. But just pan around, you'll see.
What's going on in this gym?
I think I'm here to make people feel accepted and comfortable and feel like they're strong. I think that's one of the things I've been good at since I started coming here, is convincing people that they're stronger than they actually are. Everybody has hang-ups about what they're capable of doing, and I'm always of the mindset that you can do a lot more than you think you can do.
Well, over the years, I feel like I went from being a student of the game, which I always will consider myself to be, and then I evolved into becoming, more of a teacher to some people, and overall a brother and a friend to the community that we have here. And that's where I find myself now. I just feel like one of the brothers in the big family that we have here.
I will tell you that I feel like because of my age, I'm kind of the gym mom. I compete, I go to these weightlifting competitions, whether I'm competing or going to support everybody else from the gym. I'm the one that shows up with a big cooler full of Uncrustables to eat, a big cooler full of water bottles, and I'm their support crew if I'm not actually lifting and competing. So I think my role is gym mom.
I hope that a lot of people, that I'm an open space and I'm a safe space for people to come to me with whatever there's going on in life with them. I want to be able to help as much as possible with the community, and I feel like my role is just to continue to try and like help out as much as I can.
For the main platform, huh? 7 is perfect, but I want more for the back, like you were talking about
7
it.
is fine. Because at max, remember, you need 5.
Yeah.
How many people are we going to really need 5 for? Maybe a handful. Yeah. So if we can have 5 dedicated platform and then 2 back and then 2 that can float, we're perfect.
Yeah.
That's all we really need.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to overload it, because quite frankly, we don't have the space to have that many people anyways.
Well, perfectly, because in the back, if there's at least 2 people
We
per
need 2 people in the
platform,
back.
they could move the weight and make it faster.
So I just truly enjoy being a part of Strength and everybody else's journey. I think it's a blast, and I love to be the person that's hyping people up. I feel like I have that ability that I can just be very calm with people that are, maybe struggling on a lift or just looking for some extra hype. And I feel like I've become one of those people that can just be a positive force on the platform, off the platform.
So I would say my actual role is that I train people at this gym, I give friendly advice to people who are lifting, and I provide a positive weight room experience because I didn't always have that growing up. So I know that people are super intimidated by a gym where people are slamming weights. So I like to create what I call the world's least serious weight room, where we can do hardcore stuff and we can be goofballs about it.
You go like this. Yeah. That's when this pops out.
What the heck?
God City, USA, baby.
Hey, teach me the pose. How do you do this?
Even more difficult to achieve natural.
Well, I'm natural.
So I would actually, just side note, recommend that people learn to enjoy fitness wherever they're at, because it's always going to be beneficial.
I wanna build people up instead of like knocking them, and a lot of the stuff that I see online. I wanna make people believe that they can reach their goal.
So my role in this community is to be a jokester. I like to joke and pick on people. You're still an asshole. No, on some seriousness, my role in this community is to just give back like the community has also given to me.
I think I try to remind a lot of people here that we're only like limited by our belief system and like what we think is possible, and that we can imagine other ways out, other ways to move our bodies, other ways to get stronger. And so I feel like I'm always constantly trying to remind people that we are much more capable than we think we are.
Just to be a contributor, it's walking in, keeping the vibes positive, saying hi to everyone, having a good little conversation, checking in on people, seeing how their goals are going, how their personal life is going, and just try to be a positive influence, because everything that you do comes back around to you.
Empowering people to believe that they can do whatever they want to do, no matter what it is, no matter what obstacle it is. You can take it head on, and just anything you put your mind to, you can do.
My role here is just to be friendly, kind, and just to inspire everybody, to push everybody to their best, the best they can be, essentially.
And for a while, I was just a supporter of Ryan. So what would I do now? I would say that Ryan's one of my best friends, and him and his family. I love Tia, I love him, I love Scotland. So what I do for them.
Oh man, this is the nicest place ever. When
we're in the gym together, like, we push each other. So like, if someone sees someone kind of like, falling short, like they feel like they're slacking off, it's like, come on, now we gotta we got to pick it up. So they always keep the sense of competition in Margate, always keeps you on your toes, and just reinforces the point, like, we're in here to be the best possible version of ourselves.
The vibe here is you are independent to pursue the things that you want to pursue, but you will also be cheered on in the way that you want to be cheered on.
Yes! Yes! Come on! Come on! Let's go!
When you miss a lift, no one is going to be like, fuck you, you suck. Because, you know, that's motivating for some people. It's not motivating for me or anyone that I know that comes here. It's always, you'll get there, you'll do better than you think next time. And that's the atmosphere that I want, and that's the atmosphere that I will always want, regardless of where I go next.
I feel like every time that I leave here, it sets me up for life. Whatever's gonna come at me after I leave here, I feel like I already kind of attacked one aspect of getting better, and any adversity that comes after that is just another fight. So the atmosphere that we have in here, it instills like a fighting mentality, but also a lighthearted approach to that.
I don't know if you can hear in the background because right inside the gym, somebody was probably just hitting a PR and everybody started screaming for them. So it's not just the community support where you know each other's names and you know kind of what's going on with each other's lives, but it's the fact that we share tips. If you see somebody struggling with a lift, maybe you go chat with them. It's additional support that you're not going to get at a bigger commercialized gym.
It's just the cheer of people. Whenever I lift and I do something good and like everyone cheering on me, or just seeing Ryan's face smiled at me whenever like I lifted, or whenever I have PR here at the gym or at competitions.
You come in the gym, people ask you, hey, what do you have going on today? What are you going to be training for? What's coming up in the next couple months? And they will push you to do that. If you walk in and you hit a top set, or you're on your third set and you have 4 or 5 sets of something, you can just talk to them about it, and they're going to push you to be better, be a better athlete. And because of that, pushing yourself through those hard things lets you understand within the gym you can do hard things, and I found that it allows me to understand that in life I can do hard things as well.
Everybody in here that I've ever met or talked to is super helpful and friendly. Like my first time, because like at CrossFit you always have like people around you telling you what to do. My first time working out here without Ryan, I sat in my car for like 20 minutes because I was afraid to go in, because in CrossFit you don't bench, and it was my first day benching. Ryan wasn't here, and I was like, am I gonna die today? So I just kind of stood around for a little bit, and then I saw Shy. She was like the only girl in here at the time. So I asked her, I was like, hey, can you help me set up the bar? I don't know what I'm doing. And she walked me through everything, re-explained everything that Ryan had already explained. That way she wasn't just like putting it on there for me.
It's the same people that probably sought out a place like this because, you know, eating a whole meal or maybe a whole bag of candy in between sets of deadlifts wasn't the right fit at a commercial gym.
Whenever we're here and we're lifting to a potential, you know, we come to each other and we say, hey, what are you lifting today? Hey, what are you pushing today? Oh, we're pushing this. Great. You know, let's watch you do it. I want to see you do it. I want to encourage you. You know, once we get focused, it's crazy to say, like when you're going for a PR or you're going even for just basic reps, everybody just quiets down, which is kind of awesome to see that everybody quiets down and everybody's just cheering you on.
I was here all the fucking time. so even if I didn't do very much, the amount of time that I spent here still allowed me to achieve those goals by just sheer volume of time, wasted time. But it was cool.
I have come into this gym so many times where I have walked out and not hit the number I wanted or not hit the reps that I wanted, not as clean, but I still feel good just because of the environment. Makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. It makes you feel like you've got support from everybody. I mean, I've been in a couple different powerlifting gyms, and I've never seen one that feels as like almost anybody that's there is going to be able to be like a helpful hand or be able to talk. Everybody's open to like talking, conversation, learning, growing. And that's something that I think the community of Margate is.
It's the people. I think I've met some solid people, and to have a collection of that in one place is rare. It's super rare.
When I come to Margate, everybody's super helpful, everybody's super knowledgeable. Like there's so many people with so much knowledge, and not just the coach, but even the people, the athletes, the members that are there, they're super knowledgeable. I remember when I first joined Margate, I was struggling with my bench, and I think I have every single person in this gym help me move my bench just 5 pounds more. From Maria to Ryan to Vinny to Damien to Sam, everybody was involved in my benching journey. And I don't know about you, but I will tell you, when I feel the community so invested in me, I feel more powerful, I feel more strong, I feel like I could kind of take in any challenges.
When somebody is in here benching 500 pounds, when somebody's in here doing something way higher than you're capable of, there's an opportunity there to ask questions and learn and watch and see people even make mistakes. Like go to the gym and see people fail a lift, or go to the gym and see, you know, what it took somebody to add weight to a lift that they failed 6 weeks ago.
The more that I hear from my peers, and like the more that I hear them cheering me on, that makes me want to be better. If they were saying something different, if they were saying something negative, I would just drop the weight, because it's not doing anything for me. So the atmosphere here is just to be as kind to the person next to you as you possibly can be. That is like the general unspoken rule of Margate, is to be as kind as you possibly can to the person next to you. And everybody fucking follows it.
All right, well, this is the part of the documentary. Oh, hold on. This is the part of the documentary where we talk about Vinny's new hobby. He doesn't lift weights much anymore, but he's in the garden every day and he's playing with his plants. But by the time you see this, he will have already started lifting weights again, and he should be pretty good at it. So why are you talking about yourself in the third person? Because it's a documentary. Come on.
Vinny is one of the most naturally funny people I've ever met. And I know a lot of funny guys.
Dude, Vinny's a shit.
Oh man, Vinny's a trip, dog. That's my brother for real, and I love the hell out of that man. We cannot have a serious conversation in this gym if Vinny's around. We all gonna laugh at Vinny. He's gonna crack a joke. Me and him in the same room is bars. We gonna spit, you gonna hear some bars if Elijah and Vinny in the same room. So we kicking freestyles, we're laughing. Vinny's a trip, man.
Margate is home to a lot of wanderers and travelers. The city of Margate, hungry bellies, souls from all over.
It is fantastic watching Vinny grow and help other people achieve their goals. And when Vinny sees his clients hit PRs or step on a platform to compete, he gets so excited, and he is more excited for them, I think, sometimes than they are of themselves.
When Vinny's on, there's no one else you want to be with. He can run a dinner table like he's the star of the show. When he comes into the gym, and you know, like when Vinny's in a Vinny mood, it's gonna be so much fun.
When you're training for a strongman meet, everything can be in a strongman event. See that? That was a log press. Follow me.
I mean,
I love it. No, it's so good.
I'm trying to like how do you like say that without being like, yo, Vinny, sometimes you're crazy.
Yeah, no,
like,
you said it the right way.
It's like,
there's so much to say about Vinny for me. Aside from him being probably one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, he changed everything for me. When I met Vinny, and I was so upset about having to do the things that were necessary to get better, to feel better, to fix my knee, not really fix it, but make it as good as it could possibly be. He was very quick to say that we're gonna do it.
If you want to be a strong man, you got to be as strong as several man. men on the world is strong in their own way. Ah! But especially if you practice the sport of strongman.
So Vinny is an asshole. Like, I cannot stand him sometimes. Sometimes when I come through the door, I just want to be like, oh my God, Vinny, can you like go home already? Because I just can't.
And I've seen him conquer a bunch of things. I think he really needs to understand how to tilt his hips a little bit more. I think it just needs to come a few more degrees forward, but he won't listen to me. But his deadlift would skyrocket if he did. And I think if he started squatting high bar in meets, he'd surpass me. But he won't listen to me.
I think Vinny is great. Vinny is funny. Vinny is a comedian.
Crack box.
But at the same time, Vinny is knowledgeable, super knowledgeable. When I say knowledgeable, Vinny says stuff like, and if I don't tell him, hey, Vinny, I don't know what you're saying.
I love Vinny P. Coach Vinny P is amazing. And he's real about stuff. He's got a fat ass, and I love him. So
He, like I said, the first time that I met Vinny, he literally opened the door. I was walking and he opened the door and he was like, hey, are you Raccoon Lips? And I was like, yes. He's like, yeah, we already checked you out. We already watched some of your videos on Instagram. And I was like, ooh, weirdo, okay.
I think Vinny should not be allowed to wrap my knees.
He has grown into such a good coach. Like, he's so knowledgeable. Like, sometimes I'm sitting here and I hear him coaching his clients, and I recognize that. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like Vinny has grown so much.
You gotta keep the ability level up. You gotta get that fatigue down, because the fatigue will impact your ability to show off your strength.
Believe it or not, he's very knowledgeable. I have seen him coach so many people and help so many people in this gym, and you know the passion he has when he shares this knowledge. You see it in his eyes. When he's not being an asshole, he's actually being super nice and super helpful.
You raise the weight, but then you also raise the ability to lift the weight, and you also raise the fatigue, and they're all going like this. But before the meet.
He's also incredibly smart. He's my little brother, for sure. I've known Vinny since he was like barely 20 years old, and I've just seen him grow up in the way that everybody grows up, but also retain the Vinny essence that, honestly, if you don't love it, I don't want to be friends with you, because he's like so funny and so kind and genuine, and he really cares about people, he cares about getting better, and he cares about making sure you have a good time.
I see a lot of myself in Vinny, and I mean that in a good way.
But Vinny really believed in me. He saw my determination, he saw my discipline, my desire to be better, and he like harnessed it into something so much bigger than I could have done by myself, or maybe with somebody else. And I owe him a lot for that, because I was pretty lost in regards to this stuff, but he really showed me how to just believe that I could do whatever I wanted to do physically, which is not something anyone in my life had ever really done up until that point.
I don't have a standing opinion on Vinny.
I am going to be definitely standing up loud and proud on this one, and I know there's a couple other people in Margate that will agree, but squats are by far my favorite. I absolutely love to hate squats. They are the hardest, they are the rawest, they are the purest test of strength when it comes to powerlifting. They will challenge you in ways that you did not think that you were going to be challenged. And when you overcome, you will overcome in ways that you did not think you could.
Squat. Squat. I don't even have to think about it. The reason why it's my favorite lift is because, like I said, strength is the ability to overcome what you ordinarily cannot be overcome. So, squat puts you, to me, in the most compromised position you could ever be in.
Squats. There's something about just being meaty, like throw that weight on your back, walk it out, and just feel like weak within it. But once you get down, you reach depth, and you pop back up and rack that bar again. There's just something about like dropping that weight off your shoulders and just knowing that you can carry 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds.
Off. Bench is absolutely always my favorite lift. I think women in general struggle a little bit more with upper body strength and with having a big bench, and it's always a big deal when women can put a 45 on each side of the bar and bench 135, and it is fantastic the first time I could do it, and every single time I put 135 on the bar, I'm smiling while I'm doing it. Bench is always my favorite.
I think when I first got here, bench press was my favorite lift because I was really exceeding in it. And I was like, oh man, it's so cool that I can do this thing and it's not even that hard for me. But that's so fucking childish, you know?
There was a point in time where all I would do is come in, say it was chest day, I'd come in and I'd deadlift. And say accessory day, I'd come in and I'd deadlift. If it was, just my rest day, I'd come in and I'd deadlift, right? And then I got to the point where I blew out my back and now I don't even want to deadlift.
So I know I talked about squat a lot, but believe it or not, it is not squat. Squat is not my favorite lift. My favorite lift is deadlift. Unfortunately, it has not been nice to me lately, and but I still love it. It's a love-hate relationship, and I will keep doing it.
Squat all day. It's in the perfect order: squat, bench, and deadlift. Deadlift can fuck off for all I care, but squat and bench are like the two lifts that really matter.
Why do you love squats so much?
Because the squat is like putting the weight of the world on your back and hitting the ground and getting back up. A deadlift is just picking something up so you can vacuum under it, And fuck that.
I can't go out the house without catching my bill. I look around me, your mama, you don't want no one better ass. I ain't going from there. So excited, they took something from me, now you
I hate you! You're not my real dad!
Damn, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
You constantly
Getting emotional from that question.
It's gonna be bench press, dog. All right, I'm just gonna come on. I'm gonna say it. Damien, this is for you. It's gonna be bench press.
But if I'm being like 100%, what is my favorite thing? What do I love to do? It is deadlift. And I think deadlifting is special to me because it kind of shows your work capacity in a different way. I have this idea of like, when the revolution comes, we're all gonna need to like lift shit and carry shit and do all of this stuff, and we're gonna have to pick heavy stuff up, and we're gonna have to like, reorganize ourselves in a lot of ways. And I think that deadlifting, being able to pick up something super heavy, kind of proves your work capacity in a sense. Like you can go pick up heavy shit and move it to another place if you wanted to.
In powerlifting, it is the deadlift because it's the lift that I am the best at.
My favorite lift used to be squats, but we don't get along right now. So I'd have to say deadlifts. I like deadlifts because even if they're heavy, I'm not scared. Like I could just drop it and be like, oh shit, I dropped it. But it's not like, oh, I'm gonna break my neck. So there's that.
So I think that the squat is not only the best exercise, sue me, right? But it's my favorite. That doesn't even mean I'm the best at the squat. The squat to me is always the lift that presents the most problems. And being presented with problems is the only way to get better.
Strongman, my favorite lift is farmer's carry. I love it. I think it's great. I remember being out here on this weird parking lot in Margate, Florida, throwing 300 per hand on the handles and just picking it up and walking.
I'm gonna say anything clean and jerk, log, axle, barbell, just because, back to the strength question, like, you gotta be coordinated, you gotta be fast, you gotta be mobile, and you do need some measure of brute strength. To me, that's probably one of the best tests of strength.
I think symbolically, and just because it works, the squat is the first thing I teach so many people. If I don't have somebody squat first, it's because there's a special circumstance surrounding that, like a medical condition, but the squat is so useful, so it's my favorite.
That's your knees? Yep. That's my knees. Yep.
It doesn't hurt.
But the deadlift in a powerlifting meet is the last lift. It's the most aesthetically pleasing. It's the best for the crowd. It gets people the most hyped up. It's simple. There are the fewest number of rules. It's can you pick this up and hold it there until you get the down command. I love it.
Oh man. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can. Like I'm legit. I'm like, oh, bench press, okay, deadlift, squat.
The lift that has come hardest to me is squat. I will not say it is my favorite, but I think that I have a special respect for it that a lot of other people don't. My body, in a lot of ways, is not good for squatting. I have a long torso and long femurs. I have a fucked up knee. I should not be able to do it, and yet I am, right? And so I have a special respect for that, so I just want to call it out.
Oh man, the barbell bench press, I think I have to include in the top tier category because it initially, as like a gym bro or like someone that came from just being inspired by like a lot of like the greats, the bench press just was like a steeple and wanted to be stronger because it humbled me when I was young because I could barely get a plate up. And then as I progressed, it was always like, what's your bench, bro? Like, what do you bench? And that was like the question of like, where is your strength at?
I'd probably say squats. Physically doing them, I despise it. But when it comes to competition, it's the most reliable lift I have.
Deadlifts, 100% has been one of my favorite lifts. I've never been good at it.
I hate them all.
All right, break them from
Bench is my favorite lift because that stays loyal to me.
Okay.
I've seen this one get a lot of people choked up.
And I don't think strength is directly correlated to like what you can physically do.
I think strength is the force output against a certain mass. But on a personal level, I think it's just pushing to do things that are difficult, and that can be with a bar with a bunch of weight on it on your shoulders, or it can be something that you've been like pushing off in your personal life for so many months, so many weeks, and just deciding to do it.
I don't care so much about strength. I just care to be with my friends. Like even whenever I compete, I don't care if like people come to me and they're like, oh my God, you're so strong. Or like if I get like whatever medal, oh, you're so strong. I don't care about that. Like I genuinely care, just like I have so much fun competing with my friends.
Like it's not just like, oh, I can bench this or I can deadlift this. Like that strength carries on into other aspects of my life. Like being able to help people and do things and having the ability to be useful.
Strength is not just hitting PRs, it's having the mental stamina to stick to your training schedule. It's having the mental stamina to stick to your daily calories, it's the mental to talk with other people about any issues you may have that are barring you from hitting whatever goals you have, whether it's on the platform, off the platform, lifting weights or not.
I think strength is kind of like recognizing there's a limit, and maybe you don't believe that you can reach that limit, maybe you don't believe that you can exceed that limit, but you kind of just fucking go for it anyway, you know? I think strength is forgetting that the limit even exists in the first place.
The power or will to overcome resistance, and that resistance can come in many forms, whether that's a barbell, whether that's gravity, whether that's friction, both in the literal and physical and the metaphorical sense. That's what strength is. I mean, yeah, there's a trite strength of character sort of thing, but you know, what is trite is something that's obviously true, but said so often that it's almost dull. This is definitely a place where you can develop your strength.
So I think the strongest person, I know hands down is my aunt who previously passed away. She had like an autoimmune disease from like 93 until like recently, and she lost fingers, she like shrunk, she fucking lost toes, like she became like wheelchair bound, like you name it, like she went through it. And I've never seen her in all that time like upset or mad about anything. Like when they told her they were gonna have to like amputate one of her legs, she was like, all right, cool, and immediately went to find a way to retrofit her car so she can still drive. Like absolutely nothing ever like fazed her, or at least she didn't show it. But I remember one time I had to go to the hospital because we had plenty of scares where it's like, oh, hurry up and get here because, you know, she might not make it through this one, whatever. But one of the later ones, I remember being in the hospital, and like in the hospital sometimes they have like the dry erase boards, and they'll have like, oh, what like the goal and main objective is for that day. And for hers was to stay awake. And that shit hit me hard because my day training or goal for the day was to squat this much or do that much or whatever the case may be. But like for her, it was literally just to stay awake.
So the muscles that you gain when you're lifting, that's not the strength. Maybe it's physical representation of strength, but it's not the strength. The strength is realizing that you're weak. Coming in and doing something about it.
It's that fight against resistance to me. And that's on every level. Strength isn't just physical, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's whatever layer of strength you wanna apply in life. It's resisting against friction, it's resisting against that resistance.
I think strength is just kind of fucking doing it, you know? It's not a question of should I or shouldn't I, it's just a question of I'm going for it.
Whether that's, you know, my back hurts, I gotta go to the fucking gym to strengthen my back, or whether that's, I don't like being around people, so come in and be around people anyway, or whether that's, you know, I hate myself, or I hate the way I feel, the way I look, or whatever. It's facing that, saying, let's do something about it. And it's just doing that over and over and over again. That takes strength.
But strength means you have less weaknesses, don't it? Strength means that less things can hurt you or less things can keep you down. To me, strength is also a form of having resolve. Strength is also a form of having like follow through and discipline, or at least you typically find strength in the same places as those other things, in the same types of people and communities. So strength is like the ability to keep going.
So it's persistence, really. We practice it through lifting weights and through showing up and through like cultivating habits. Other people's strength is a lot more dire than ours is. People have to overcome like the worst life circumstances. And obviously they're demonstrating a different kind of strength than we are here. But we're demonstrating strength in the way that we are blessed to be able to do. That guy's ripping. Strength of that engine, huh?
That guy's demonstrating.
That guy's demonstrating a certain kind of strength.
It's just like shit like that. Like strength isn't just lifting. It's like it's embedded in you. It's ingrained in you. When I first really found powerlifting, I was so eager to compete, but I didn't compete because I always figured like I wasn't strong enough. But I tell everybody, like when you go to your first meet, I mean, we're Americans, so we really don't fuck with the kilos like that. So no one really knows what the fuck is on the bar unless like, you know, someone says it out loud. But the biggest thing that like gets the crowd going is when you start to struggle and they see you struggle, and then like hit it. That's when like the crowd erupts. So, yeah, you just kind of have to jump in. Like you can't be scared because where you start, if you keep the consistency and the discipline, is far from where you're gonna finish.
Guess what? I don't do fucking pull-ups. Oh!
Oh, you could videotape me doing pull-ups.
When you have that weight on your back, for example, with the squat, you think, yeah, it's heavy. If I'm having so much trouble with it now, how am I ever gonna be able to squat this weight? Well, it's the same thing as the problems in life. You're thinking, man, how am I ever gonna be able to overcome this stuff? But if you keep moving, if you brace yourself, you go through the problems and you keep on walking and keep on moving, I guarantee you're gonna come out on the other side.
I think that has transferred over to my personal life in understanding that I am capable, I'm much more confident in my regular day-to-day life. I walk around with a better self-esteem because I know that I can do things that I put my mind to. I know that I keep promises to myself more than I used to.
Like being good to people, like it's something that I try to I try to apply it here in this gym as much as possible because I understand like everyone that comes here, they might not be having a good day. So I always try to go out of my way to be like, hey, how are you? Or like if I see that someone's down, I'm gonna be like, hey, are you okay? Is there anything that we can help you with? And I kind of like try to apply it out in the world.
It's community, man. It's knowing people, it's building a whole hell of a lot of friends. Each one of those folks has enriched my life in some way, form, or fashion. I made a lot of really fucking good friends here. Like a lot of really important people in my life I have found them because of this community.
To me, the sense of community and the fellowship that we have at Margate is better to me than any records that I might break on the platform. So taking that with me and building that same environment elsewhere is most important to me.
So, you know, being here, the concept is to be kind to one another, to be, you know, having a welcomed family and not to be rude to anybody. Because even though you have your close family here, we have our close family here at Margate Barbell, we also be kind to others outside of here as well. You don't know what anybody else's situation is. You don't know what they've been going through, but it's the fact that you can make that person's day.
Whatever you put in here, you're gonna get back to you tenfold. The way that I've learned how to communicate with others, hear what they're not saying, see and meet them where they truly are, that's something I practice every day, and not just at work.
The discipline and the everything that you say I have, I think it just allows me to live my life in a way that's become uniquely me.
I think this has taught me a new level of discipline in the sense of like, I do have time to care for myself. Because I see so many people, so many of my friends taking the time to care for themselves, and we all have the same time in a day. So, you know, what's stopping me from doing the same thing? So that lesson has been one of the biggest lessons that I've gained from this entire experience. That's like, you deserve to take the time to take care of you.
Learning my true strength and learning where my strengths are and learning how to be strong for myself is a lesson I learned from Margate Barbell, and it's a lesson that I challenge myself on every day.
You need to pursue pain. It's so counterintuitive, but we're a counterintuitive species. So that epiphany has guided me, and Margate is just an extension of, life is pain, but pain isn't bad. Pain is actually really, really good. And we need to go there. And we need to bring ourselves there. And so I'm bringing myself, every time I come into Margate or any gym, I'm bringing myself to the point where I remember that, like, I am alive. This is life. Life is pain, and pain is not bad.
Yeah, you just kind of eat your shit sandwich and keep it moving. Just like in the gym, you get your ass kicked by the weight, you keep it moving.
I just would like it to grow. I think I've been so influenced, and I've gotten so many good things from this community and from this family that is Margate Barbell, and I would just love for more people to be impacted by it and really be able to feel the effects of what a community and what a safe space can be for them.
And I think Margate Barbell's future is going to be that natural progression of any other family that grows into people, a bigger group of people that love each other, growing into a bigger group of people that love each other. And we all help each other get bigger and better, along with our gym getting bigger and better.
Just keep pushing the name and just keep pushing the good work that we do in and out of the Margate Barbell community.
I want also the Margate to kind of expand a little bit more, be more actively involved in the community. There's so many people who just don't have access to a gym or the knowledge that such a gym exists. I think it's more the knowledge part than the access part. If you know that there's a gym where you feel welcome, where no matter what your identity, what your background, what kind of ideas and values you have, you're still welcome, and you could chuck them out the door and just go have a really good time. So I think that's what I would love for Margate to do.
Because this community is growing, it is tighter, it is bigger, and it is a positive force. And Margate Barbell is going to be, I want it to be, and I foresee it being more than just lifting. It is going to be it's a family, it is a community, and the reach that we are gaining in the strength community is growing.
It's a lame thing about our society that everything, does have to come back to financial freedom, but for a business it does. And I want this business to continue being what it is, and in order for that to happen, I just want a ton of dedicated members. We have many already, but I want more. I want more people to get to know Ryan and Vinny and the many awesome people here who make it the best place to lift weights and just hang out with your friends in South Florida.
I would love to see Ryan's influence over the community grow, which means growing his business. While I don't want the gym to get too crowded, I do want Ryan to succeed because he is such a fantastic person, and Ryan has such a positive influence on everybody that he talks to.
I want Margate Barbell to be on the map as the best gym in South Florida.
I just want us to be here. I want us to be here. I want us to grow. I want more people in the community that have common interests as we do to come and just be a part of us. And, I just want us to thrive, basically. I want us to thrive.
And I want the community here to get bigger. Ryan has big dreams of taking over this plaza and making Margate this big strength training emporium. I don't know how else to call it, but he wants it to be this huge place where there's tons of people going in and out every day, and I want that to happen for him. And I want all of those people to kind of be indoctrinated into our way of kindness and our way of caring for one another. I want that really badly.
I think having a strong community anywhere is beneficial. I mean, if the community's strong, that means people are strong, or if people are strong, that means the community's strong. But it creates a safe haven, you know, for people to come to. Like, the weight's never going to change, but things in life are always going to change. So you can always come back to the gym and know 45 pounds is going to feel like fucking 45 pounds no matter what you do. And it really doesn't give a shit about what's going on outside. So you kind of have to meet it where it's at and just do your work.
I always say that Margate Barbell is the other woman. I think he spends more time here or discussing plans for the gym than he does with me, but I understand that it takes a lot of work and time and energy, and dedication's not the word, obsessive might be the word, in the best way possible.
What do you think about Margate Barbell? You like it? Seems to be a place you hang out a lot, right? No?
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby!
Margate Barbell, baby.
Margate Barbell, baby. That was the one. And you're watching Margate Barbell. I do like a Chris Angel.
Margate Barbell, baby. Ah, Dad.
Dad, whoa, you just woke me up. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude. It was for the film. It was for the film, I'm sorry.
I should have said this earlier. I only think gay people should go to the gym. I think the rest of you fucks should stay at home. No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to say too much of the joke, but all you gotta know is that Vinny's an asshole. I harass Ryan a little too much. So that's the lesson. And then these two wonderful people here, they're assholes too.
Can you talk a little bit about, you know, the looks that you serve at powerlifting? You obviously have the best get-ups.
Yes.
Can you talk about like where that
Outfit
comes from and
changes.
why you do that?
This scale's not for her too.
Feel good?
Optimal exercise.
How do you answer that? Like, really, like, how do you answer that?
Strongman tip of the day. Oh shit. He's got fucking. He's got some fucking. Ridiculous legs too.
Damn, look at those calves.
Like, he's got some calves. Margate is famously some calves. Alright, Margate famously has.
I'm gonna be crying in a fucking movie theater.
What you looking at?
Oh, I did.
And then slide like that, and they took it off and make it so they think that, okay, that's good. But I think there's like a lot of nerve damage from the food response. However, not yesterday, but
I can't look at that. I can't look at that. It's too beautiful.
I know. That right there.
That is like
a mess
that's a perfect donut.
Yeah, it's really not okay.
This one is pretty perfect too, I gotta say. These are,
This stuff is not okay.
this is not okay. I held on. I tried to get it back up after.
It's that sticking point.
It's a sticking point, man.
But we have enough body mass to move the weight.
We do.
We have enough raw power, drug-free mass to move that weight. A lot of people ask me what I eat. It's a lot of buco de pepo. It's a lot of Italian breads and pastas for every meal.
Come on, you got it!
I will hit Vinny. You will get hit. The Brooklyn way.
That's right, this is 250 pounds, rare to achieve natural. She's right.
How do you, so this is about Ryan.
Oh, I hate Ryan.
You love him. Okay, this is about Ryan. This is about Ryan. You can say whatever you want, but also we have...
He's so disorganized. He stresses me out. He makes me go into panic attacks.
What was the question?
Do you think gay people should be allowed to go to the gym?
Well, sachets away.